Hello and welcome back to this course. In the previous session we have discussed about the while loop, and now in this session we are going to discuss about do while loop. So let's start. Now sometimes we come across a situation when it is not known beforehand that how many times the statements in the loop are to be executed. Then do while loop comes into picture, which is similar to while loop. Here are the syntax for the do while loop. Okay, again the components are same, like initialization expression, conditional expression, update expression. Okay, in the do while loop, again the initialization expression is executed or written outside the loop, and update expression is executed within the body of the loop. Okay, but the difference is the conditional expression is tested at the end of the loop. That means once the body of the loop is executed, then the conditional expression is tested, and if the test returns true, then it again execute the body of the do while loop, otherwise it quits the loop. Okay, let's understand with an example. So you can see the same example that we have performed using for loop and while loop. The same functionality can be defined using do while loop. So in the main function, the same variable have been defined, and there is a initialization for count value 1. Okay, now the do while loops body start, and within do while we have printed the same message to enter the value of p, n and r. Okay, and we have read the values and stored back to these variables. Now the simple interest has been calculated and printed as an output, and the count values updated. Now once this body of the loop will be executed, then the condition is tested that while count is less than equal to 3. So if this condition satisfied, the body of the loop will be executed again, otherwise it just quit the loop. Okay, you can see the equivalent flow diagram. Here the code start, count is initialized by 1, then input is taken from the user, simple interest is calculated and printed on the output window, and once this body of the loop execute, at the end we have count equal to count plus 1. That means the incrementation is done inside the loop body, and once the loop counter is updated, it come to the test expression. So until this test expression evaluate yes, it keeps on executing. Okay, and as soon as it returns no, the code will be stopped. So we'll see the output of this code in the code block session. Okay, now while versus do while loop. Okay, you have seen the syntax is very much similar of while and do while loop. So what is the difference? The very first is testing of condition expression that we have just seen, that in while loop condition is tested at the beginning. Okay, so it is kind of an entry controlled loop. That means if the condition returns true, then only the body of the loop will be executed. But in a do while loop, the condition is tested at the end. Okay, so the body of the loop will execute until the test condition remains true. So it's a kind of exit control loop. That means the condition is tested at the exit point. Okay, next difference is the execution of loop body. That means in case of a while loop, if the test condition returns false, then the body of loop will not be executed, and it will be executed if the condition is true. But in case of do while loop, if the test condition return false, even then the body of the loop will be executed once, as the condition is tested at the end of the loop. Okay, so the do while loop will execute once for sure. Now let's get back to the code blocks window. Create a new file. Okay, save this file and name it as do while underscore loop. Don't forget to add .c extension. Click save. Now just try to implement the same code that we have discussed in the example. Okay, so you can add comment. So start by writing hash include stdio.h. Okay, start the main function. Now define the variable for p and float type variable for r and si. Okay, now you can write count equal to 1 initialized value, which is the initialized value for count. Now you can write do, start the curly brackets and printf the same message. Okay, enter the values for p, and we can read the value using a scanf, and d for p, %d for n, and %f for r. Okay, so assigning the value of p, n, so you can calculate the si, which is equal to p multiplied by n multiplied by r divided by 100. Okay, So now printing the result, simple interest is %f and /n for new line, and writing the value of si on the output window. Okay, and at the end we can define the loop variable count by, so we have incremented the count equal to count plus 1, and after the loop we can write the test condition for while, which is less than equal to 3. And so we are done with the code. Now click on this build icon and you will see the build finish with 0 errors and 0 warnings. Now click on this run. Now enter the values for P and R. So let's try 1500 simple interest value. It is asking again, so 1800 4. It is asking for the third time, so 103 and 4. We'll see that after executing the code 3 times, it quits. The loop body exit. Do while is clear. I hope now do while loop is clear to you. If you have any doubt, feel free to reach us. So that's all for this session. In the next session, we'll see the nested loop. Okay, that how we can use loop within a loop. Okay, so see you in the next session.